Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session with Stocks Network Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.
Hey everyone, welcome. Good afternoon. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. Crazy volatility in the markets. Major moves, guys. Lots of volume. Please use small sizing. This is not a normal trading day. This is pretty crazy, these moves, okay? So just please be careful and let's have a good afternoon. We're going to go for 2 hours and we'll get started in a moment.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys. My partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell. Okay, I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop.
Going off.
Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please secure.
Hey guys, welcome to Stocks Number Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. My name is Ron, my partner is Dave. It is 12 p.m. Eastern on a crazy Thursday, January 29. Welcome guys. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I got Mr. Donald Trump in the background here. He's speaking right now live. And you guys know how it is when this guy is talking and trading. So please use proper risk management on any security you're trading. We are seeing some unbelievable moves. I am seeing 1 minute candles on gold that are 200, 300 pips in minutes, guys. It's ridiculous. So there's going to be a lot of blown accounts, unfortunately, because retail traders do use leverage, and you have to be trading with precision on a day like today. I don't know how long this is going to last, but he is talking about a possible government shutdown at the end of this month, which is basically the 31st. So tomorrow's last trading day. So maybe that could have a lot to do with what's going on. But one of the big it's basically tech. Tech is down today after those big earnings, and we have Apple in the after hours today, okay? So I'm just going to hit the record button and we're going to get started. One moment, guys. Hope everyone's having a great day.
Recording in progress.
Some of you guys might be having historic month of trading. It's been an unusual month of January. We've seen some crazy moves. Let's see what the month of February brings us, okay? And let's just go over quickly the news. So we've got Forex Factory. There was some news today, Thursday. Get to know your unemployment claims. They're released every single Thursday at 8:30. This news came out, and we had... let's see what else we got today. Trump is actually speaking in the after hours as well too, guys. I didn't know. I know he's speaking right now, but I didn't know he's speaking later this evening. So he's speaking at 4:30 when market closes, and don't forget Apple has their after hours earnings as well. Okay, and you're going into tomorrow, Friday, the last trading day of the month, and a possible U.S. shutdown. So please be careful. And tomorrow we've got some U.S. high impact news at 8:30 with the PPI data coming out, okay? Earnings, lots of earnings in the after hours yesterday. You guys remember these big names? There was Microsoft, there was Google, Meta, and Tesla. And today in the after hours, we have Apple. So it's at 4:30, right when Trump is set to speak as well. So if you're holding any overnight positions, please be careful. We'll see if Apple can stop the bleeding in the market in tech today, because tech is taking a massive hit. I believe NASDAQ is down close to 2% maybe. But that's our earnings. And just some news today. Meta stock climbs on the Q4 earnings. AI data center plan. So Meta is up about 10% today. Unfortunately, we can't say the same for Microsoft. Microsoft earnings are shitting right now. Microsoft, the Q2 earnings beat on top and bottom lines, but stock falls. So there's probably a reason why it's down 12%. If you click on the article and you read a little bit, maybe you'll figure out why. Like right here, there's articles on Microsoft. This gentleman is speaking. Microsoft is slowing down its data centers and things like that. Okay. What else we got going on in the news? Brent crude hits $70 a barrel. Okay. So Venezuela happened this month. Trump right now, and well, I shouldn't say Trump, but I should say U.S. military are threatening Iran right now. So as Trump ramps up Iran threats, and there is oil in Iran as well. So supply and demand shock around the world, and now oil is trading at $70. So it was roughly around $55, and good swing positions. When you have geopolitics around the world, things like this can happen. Look at metals. Gold, silver, copper, what they've been doing in the last 6 months. I know it's a big red day, some scary redness, but you got to understand, guys, please understand this. Securities do not just go up forever. We've had a historic run on gold and silver where monthly has been overbought, weekly has been overbought, daily's been overbought, H4, H1, 15-minute, 5-minute, 1-minute candles are all overbought. And today it's kind of like the liquidation day. It's the elevator that comes down, staircases going up, but we haven't had like a staircase going up on daily on gold. It's been a parabolic move. And you can see when there's a massive sell-off, when there is a sell, it's not just a little pullback. It's actually big moves. Like if you see today, gold dropped $400 an ounce. Like that's big. Not in a day, I should say in an hour. Basically from as soon as 10 a.m. open, gold dropped $400 from 5,500 to 5,100. So those are historic moves. Those are crazy moves. And I think as a retail trader, if we're over leveraged, we're going against that. We're layering positions. I have a story that, not a story, but I'm going to tell you something last night that was actually pretty funny what happened. So make sure to remind me if in case I forget about that to tell you guys. I went for a chicken shawarma, and I'll tell you a story about a trader that was there. It was a pretty funny story. What else we got going on? Jays, Toronto Blue Jays. If you guys remember, the Blue Jays were in the World Series. Their playoff run at the Rogers Center, that's where they play, boosts Q4 profit, revenue at Rogers Center, and Rogers is up 4%. So you got to kind of put two and two together. Like if you're a sports fan, if you watch things like that, the stadiums are Rogers. They have names. The FedEx Stadium. They have names. Publicly traded companies. If teams are doing good, fans are going to these games and paying upwards $20 for a beer and $20 for some popcorn and tickets and sales, and that's revenue, and that boosts their value, right? So that's how you can kind of look for possible trades and looking to what to do in the markets, okay? China's metals mania sends copper soaring past US $14,000 a ton over here. So copper was a couple dollars and it's trading at $5-6, so it's not just always gold and silver. Copper is going to have a run too eventually when there's supply and demand issues with copper. So right now, S&P is down almost 1%. Dow is very stable right now. NASDAQ is the big one. They were almost down 2% right now, 1.75% right now. Volatility is high, lots of volatility, as you guys can see. The VIX index is up 12%. That's letting us know whenever the volatility index, VIX, VIX, is up like this, that means that there's extreme volatility. And when I see this, normally I take a day off of trading. Normally, when I see this, I reduce my sizing. I reduce my trades. Anytime I have a rule, anytime like the VIX is up 2.5% green, I reduce my trading. I like trading when VIX is like red. When VIX is, then there's less volatility, and then the market is maybe more trending. It's more stable. You can look for better positions to trade. So if some of you guys have not heard about the VIX index, you can add this to your watch list, and you can keep an eye on volatility, okay? And volatility is very high today, and you can see how things are moving right now, okay? And gold took that big dump at 10 a.m., okay? Bitcoin, crypto also is down. Big tech is down. Lots going on, okay? Let's see now. In Discord, it sent out a few signals. Okay, this one did not reach target or even get activated. That was a position to look for a long on earlier, 7 a.m. Earlier today. And commodities had some moves over here. That, like you can see in minutes, they're going up 200, 400 pips. As you guys, if you guys were trading, you guys can see the move. So we'll take a look at everything on our session. Guys, there's a free Telegram channel pinned at the top of YouTube. Thank you guys. I believe we just hit 92,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for all your support. We appreciate you guys. If you guys can subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We just broke 92,000. Thank you guys. And everything that we do here at SST is available on this free Telegram channel. Here's the live link for today's session. We do have blogs. We have an upcoming boot camp next week. We're going to do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So what you do is you get enrolled in the boot camp. The boot camp is basically free for you guys. We'll talk about the entire history of gold, and you also get a 3-month membership. You get the SST indicators for the first few that sign up, and you can go over this. The link is available right here, and as if you go to the website, there is a pop-up that will come up. I hope to see lots of guys on there because we'll talk about gold. We'll talk about stories, guys. I've been hoarding silver, physical silver for over 20 years now. I'll tell you guys what I do with that. That has hit 7 figures right now. My physical silver broke 7 figures, guys. I'm holding a couple kilos of silver, and I was buying every single week for $20. $20 an ounce. I was buying 1 ounce per week, right? $20 is nothing. I spend that much at going Tim Hortons every single day. So I was buying, and it wasn't moving for 15 years. It was just consolidating in between, let's say $20 to $35, right? Up and down like a yo-yo. Finally, after all of that accumulation, it just, you guys saw, broke $100. So gold did the same thing. You know, copper did the same thing. So invest, guys, in physical metals. You see right now what's going on. So maybe if there's a significant pullback, it's a time to maybe start getting back in. And I'm not talking about just scalping. I'm talking about holding for years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, but not even considering selling, right? Just continue holding. It builds generation wealth for you, your family, your kids. And look at what institutions do. Look at what countries do. Look at what major investors do around the world. Why can't you do the same thing? You got to start at some time. You got to set your mind and do it. And it can happen, guys. Okay. And also last night, Trump went, as soon as S&P 500 hit 7,000, Trump tweeted or whatever the hell he does and said something, and that maybe jinxed the market, or maybe he just let everyone know 7,000, created some FOMO buying right at the end. Why? Because maybe it was all manipulated and the sell orders were already sitting, waiting, and then they redistributed all the volume today. So I'm just speculating. You got to know how these markets work, guys. Sometimes they don't always just move in an honest and truthful manner. I have, Danny, you know what I have? I have a gold 1 ounce coin. It's the 1967 bicentennial Canadian coin. It's a solid 1 ounce of gold, and I've been holding that one for quite a few years as well. I'm going to go one day to like a coin shop and see what a few of these coins are worth, but that's a special coin. It's the 1967 bicentennial Canadian coin, and it is officially like it's a full ounce of gold. It's pretty rare in my opinion. Hey guys, here's the link if you want to join that History of Gold bootcamp we're going to do next week. It's going to be at least 3-4 hours a day, right? We're going to do lots of things. The last day will be on the charts and answering all of your questions. So it'll be fun. Join us. It's basically a free boot camp you guys get, and the 3-month membership is on sale with everything, and you get included some SST indicators, okay? And join the team, guys. All the blogs are available for you guys. Live sessions with myself and Dave. Dave does the New York sessions. And I'm coming in post this week, and every Sunday we update our schedules, okay? And thanks, guys, everyone. We appreciate all of you guys. Thank you, guys. 92,000. We're 8,000 away from hitting 100,000. We were seeing if we could hit 100,000 before Bitcoin hits 100,000. We're ahead of Bitcoin right now. I think Bitcoin hit a little bit of a sell today. Okay, guys? Now, this is gold. Look at it. There was the drop at 10 a.m. Look at it. Dropped and all the way down there. So that was a $400 move in gold from basically 5,500 to 5,100. $400 in an hour. And look, if you put, right, the opening all the way down to the bottom, the halfway point is right there. 5,300 is the halfway point, the white line right there. And you can see it came right in. Like, look at the buy off the bottom, came right in, and it tapped right into the halfway. Then they pushed it down, but it's building, it's building, it's building. A black candle has not closed below the 5-minute point of control, and now it's coming back up, okay? And you can attach the Fibonacci if you like to look for retracements and all of that. But I'll go over this when we do the full detailed top-down analysis, okay? But if you guys did this, you can be trading inside here, and you can see so far it's recovering a little bit, but has it recovered everything? It's got to get back up there. It could pull right back down. Could be a double bottom opportunity down there. All of these things. And these are massive candles. Like this candle right now, this is a 5-minute candle. And look at the size of it. I know it just looks like a normal candle on a normal day, but that's holy shit. Like this is like a 1% candle, 1% on the total value of gold, like just in 5 minutes. This thing is massive. Oh my God, like this is not normal, the size of these candles. Like, look at this thing. This is a $43 candle. 43, this is like a 430 pip candle. You guys, these things are unbelievably like full of volume. These are big moves, guys. This is weekly goals for some traders right here. Just this candle. I don't know. Some of you guys will maybe understand what I'm saying. Some new traders will say, what does this guy mean? This 5-minute candle can be a weekly goal, right? If I'm looking for 100 pips a day and I'm getting a 500 pip candle in 5 minutes, that's Monday to Friday, right there in 5 minutes. Guys, some of us at SST have had a good month, a historic month trading in January that some traders in the Discord can take months off right now. But I hope you guys are learning to take your money out of the markets because nothing is forever, right? There's going to be a time where it comes down, right? You could have bought a pullback and you're doing fantastic, but it could also come back down and come crashing back down even more. But that's up to you, the way how you trade. I like getting my pips and dipping out of the markets and looking for opportunities. I like to stay liquid because if there's good opportunities, I want to be buying. I don't want to be stuck holding and draw down and then I have no more capital to trade when there's great opportunities. You're kind of trapping yourself. So I don't like doing that. I like to be liquid. If there's good discounts, I'm looking to shop in tech very soon. Tech is, if it comes down, right after Apple's earnings, maybe that will settle off and maybe February. Maybe there might be some good opportunities to go shopping again and look for some good pullbacks, some good opportunities, some discounted shopping, right? That's what you want to do. But you got to have some capital available to do that. So that's why I prefer pipping and dipping out of the markets, get my money and sleep well, and then see how the markets are moving the next day, okay? So I'm going to start off fresh, new charts. But you guys can see we've retraced right now up to this. Basically, if you add your Fibonacci's with all of the ratios, so from this drop right here Here's where I'm putting my fib tool to the bottom right there. But you notice how I have it just set up as the point of control. So then I got to go to my settings because you guys remember I took them off yesterday. So I just add the 1, I add the 236, I add the 382, I add the 786, I can add the 1, and if I want to extend it to 1.618, okay? Then I click here, and then this one should be 23.6, the first shallow pullback from this sell right there. Did it bounce off 23, almost 25%? No, it didn't. It closed below it. It continued pushing down. Now it got to the 38.2. It closed below. It came retraced. Again, guys, even if they're big body candles, even if these candles are 1,000 pip candles, you can still cut it in half and find the point of control and continue to push down. See where it stabilized right at the halfway point? Then it continued 1025. Going into 1030, there's the 618. It broke below it. This is a good opportunity deep to buy in here. If you bought the first bounce right there at the 786, it came up. That was a big blue candle. But then it's testing the red zone and the 618. So you can see you could literally trade with these lines of the Fibonacci. Like you can measure, like right now, you see how it's right back up to the 382? I can measure the 382 to the 236. There's a zone. It's 57.5. It's all, let's round it up to make it easier. $60 in gold. Okay, that's a $60. That's 600 pips if it goes from up here to right there. Half of it obviously is 300 pips. A quarter of it you could also do is 150. You know, like you could trade right in this little zone. But I don't see a blue candle closing above yet, right? I see an impulse right there. It could be another impulse breakout. Even the impulse could be 100, 200 pip move to the upside. And if you don't secure money, it could get a wick and come down 200 pips. That's how these markets are moving. They're moving very crazy right now. So I suggest everyone trades very small micro sizing because still if you catch 100, 200, 300, 400 pip move, these micro sizing, they do add up. If you start trading with half lots, standard lots, you will possibly panic. Just some traders panic with 10 pips of drawdown. Imagine 100, 200, 300 pip drawdown in a matter of seconds, not even minutes, I can say anymore. You'll probably blow an account, okay? So don't be silly, guys. This is institutional volume. This is massive volume moving. I've never seen gold move $400 in an hour in the last 20 years. This is insane. Like, it's insane. We're trading historic levels, guys. So you better have proper risk management. Otherwise, you're going to be blowing up accounts on a daily basis. I'm sorry to tell you guys that. I'm not a broker. It doesn't benefit me. But brokers, they're loving people blowing up accounts. They're loving it. And prop firms benefit from it. You know, you're going to keep buying more and more and more prop firms when you keep blowing them up. You got to learn, guys, have some discipline in these markets. Okay. Have some rules, right? You got to have some rules. But I'm going to break this thing down. Okay. So good morning, everyone. Welcome everyone on Zoom. Sergio, welcome. Justin, good morning. Dale, welcome. Welcome, guys. Vinay, thank you for joining. Carla, welcome. Mike, Rob, Danny, welcome. Patrick, welcome. Twisted, welcome, guys. And everyone on YouTube, guys, shout outs to all of you guys. Thank you guys for helping us get to 92,000. Justin, welcome. Inner Mind Check, welcome. Thanks for joining. Question Authority, always welcome. You're done for the day. Had a blast. Gold 1 minute candles. Yes, I tell everyone it's a scalper's paradise. But it could also, if it's going against you, it could be disaster. So, but I'm happy you hit your daily goals and you're done trading. Good for you. That's great discipline. Liberated, welcome. Thanks everyone for joining. Dave, welcome. Thank you for joining. Raj, welcome. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna break things down from the top down. Like I could continue to trade just like how it is right now, but again, I prefer doing a top-down analysis, to see the bigger picture. So let's start on the daily. Okay, so gold was nuts. It was a little nutty on these daily candles. Like, this is a parabolic move, okay? And you can see the blow off top yesterday, okay? We closed right at this highest point, and it just opened bullish. There's the wick, there's the explosion, and we got up to a new all-time high, just $3 short of 5,600. Okay, so you see how markets move psychologically, right? Psychological levels. That's our new all-time high for gold, 5,600 US dollars. Unbelievable. Like, this was a historic move, guys. You're going to be telling your kids and your grandchildren, you're going to tell them, I was trading these historic crazy times. Hopefully you got good stories telling them. Don't tell them that you blew up accounts, but you got to be honest, right? I was trading early in some historic runs early when I was really young, and I blew up accounts too. I have those stories. I share them with you guys. I have nothing to hide, but I've learned from them. That's the difference. I learned that this can happen, guys. This could have been this. If this closed down in here, think about this. It came all the way down here. It was testing the previous. It already engulfed that big, massive candle. It was testing this. If it closed down here, maybe it will come back down. Who knows? But I'm just saying, if this was a big black bar that closed down there, there could have been one more push in like 2 days, could have cleared this historic run, and gold could have been right down to 4,000 down in here. Could possibly happen. I don't know. But I follow each candle, right? So I let the candles do the talking, right? I just observe and analyze. So today, we closed right at the highest point, all-time high, right there. Look right where we opened. So notice again, I'm using yellow daily points of interest. Close, open. We opened. It was a bullish ignited candle. Low wick. There's the pop. Price discovery, 5,600. That's why I said, guys, just keep going up $100. Let's say the candle flips, who God knows, maybe there's a ton of buyers that got filled and it's coming back up and we're approaching 5,600. If we keep going, guys, $100 moves, 5,700. Where's the next one? 58, right? You can just keep going up $100. $100 today means like it's like nothing. But we still got to highlight these areas. Then the big one is 6,000. That's your big psychological number, right? So you can just go up like that, right? You have your own resistance levels. Now, we came up and we got rejected, okay? So they've rejected it. Sellers are there, filled, bringing it down. Came down to the opening price. The candle flipped. It was black. We came all the way down. So I see at a point of interest yesterday, we pushed below yesterday's opening price. 5,180. I'm going to round numbers, okay, for $1 or $2, but 5,180, and it came down. Look, it broke and it created that new low. Where did it trade into? Probably 50% or the point of control of the previous day's candle. Ignited bullish bar right there. So if I draw my lowest point, there it is. Purple line is my lowest point. So today's low, look, just around 5,104. If you grab your Fibonacci tool again, this is how I review. This is how I do my back testing. I put it at the opening balance of the previous day's candle, bring it to the close, and look, there's the 0.5. It was $10 away from it, 5,094, but it was in my point of control. Where's my point of control on that bar? You guys know it's the 618,382. There it is. So I see we came into Tuesday's point of control right there. And what did it do? It activated some buyers, okay? So I'm just going to get rid of the, right here, stretch this into the future, because if gold ever comes back down here, it could get another wick and go back up. If it breaks below here, that zone will turn red, and then you can see we could be coming down to take out the opening balance and continue to push down. Okay, we've got a spin top daily bar right now with 4.5 hours to go. So it's a huge range candle with buyers and sellers, and maybe we're consolidating now. Maybe we found the top and we're consolidating. This could still be a bull flag and continue breaking, but now we got some cool off. Like every single time frame was overbought on gold. Monthly was overbought, weekly was overbought, daily was overbought. 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 minute was overbought, 5 minutes were overbought. Everything was, and then you can see when they flush it, they are serious when they flush. So if you just kept that approach, just buying pullbacks, buying pullbacks, buying pullbacks, sometimes this is what the market does to traders like this. And especially if you and I, we are over leveraged. When we use leverage from brokers, it amplifies the losses. And this is how we panic when we're trading. This is how we blow up accounts. It's this type of behavior. We're trading this volume and we think it's trading like a normal day, how it's been trading. And then this is what the market does, okay? But there was a substantial bounce right there. So it's coming right back up, coming right back up. And you can see we're almost right back to the opening balance, right? But it's still bearish. So we do have some bear volume. So what I like to do, normally you guys know, I like to cut the daily bar in half while I'm trading like for another hour or two. I like doing it when they're full body candles, but I'm going to still do it with this black candle, okay? Because there's still this is significant volume. I know it doesn't look like much, but I'm going to cut it in half, okay? So you can use your Fibonacci, where we opened, and where's the bottom of the volume right now? I know it's fluctuating, so it's moving. So that's the halfway point right there. Okay, I'm going to make it yellow. This is representing the half point of where I just plotted it right now. Okay, so I can even write on it. I can even add a note if I like, that this is representing, if it comes back up here, 50% of our today's daily bearish, it's black, so bearish volume. So I just want to know if it gets back up here, because I want to know if it gets back up here, then they're still protecting the opening balance, and then they could still maybe push it down. If the buyers get above here, then they have a good probability, high probability they'll come back and retest the opening balance. So I want to see if this will still be offers and stabilize here, okay? So I have it marked on my chart. Now what I do is I move from the daily, start dissecting into hourly. So start figuring out how was it trading from like Europe, London. Look at I can see when we hit the all-time high, opening day, when the day opened, it was 6 p.m. There's 7 p.m. There's the futures. So there was some selling. But it came back up. Then we came up, going up. Here's 10 p.m., 11, midnight, 1 a.m. Look, it was almost a double top at the all-time high. So now on the hourly, we have the all-time high, and we got some bodies right there. So I'm already drawing a red zone stretching into the future. If gold ever comes back up here, that could be selling opportunities, unless the buyers prove to me close above and can continue to go up. Now, we can see when it was coming down, there's a pivot on the 1 hour. So I use white lines on the 1 hour. There's my pivoting support, 5,480. It held, and then it bounced back up. But you see, the candles did not continue, the bullish candles, to do their job and continue to drive up and fill. Then it consolidated lower high. Here's 9 a.m. It came up. They pushed it down. Get to know your candles. This is a bearish pin bar, almost a shooting star. And then look at 10 a.m. Bearish ignited, short wick. Just there it is. Okay, so you can see this hourly candle liquidated. You got 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, 4 bars, like all of this. This is what we call an elevator coming down. These are the staircases going up, and then it takes 1 bar. 1 bar. Can be like, if you're trading on 15 minutes, sometimes it can be a 1-minute candle that just comes and liquidates. They're called liquidation bars. These are the bars that destroy everyone. Bibek, I've just seen you. Your last comment on YouTube is, I blew my account. It doesn't surprise me, unfortunately. This is why retail traders fail, is because of this. And guys, you got to know that the markets do this. Market makers do this on a daily basis. You have to understand this. I know the euphoria we've been having this month, like just closing your eyes and buying dips on gold. It works. It works for until it doesn't, right? And you got to know that when this happens, you got to be able to control your risk. Like, I'm honestly saying this to help you guys out, but some of you guys don't care. Trading for you guys is gambling. I don't trade like that. I'm sorry. So I don't know how your mindset works. I used to, but it took me years and years to get away from that mindset. And now we can see, okay, so it came down, Where did it come down to? I always look back. That's why I look back. Where did it come back to, guys? Look, like, did it just come back and trade in this garbage zone? Like, see this? See right there. Like, this is where you got to back test, guys. Like, I'll do it for you. I got no problems doing it for you, but this needs to be learned on your end, right? I don't know how much longer Dave and I are going to be here doing this on a daily basis, but we're passionate to do this. But I want you guys to learn how to do this. Do you guys not want to learn how to do this? Just, it takes 1 second. This is a massive black candle. Look at the wick right there, okay? This is how you can learn on the fly. This is how you learn live. Right there. See that wick? It came down there for a specific reason, right? And look, the market rotated right back up. So when you got a wick right there, now look to the left of the chart. Come back, and look at what it came to. This candle, Tuesday, January 27th at 3 p.m., power hour. This was the big volume that exploded out of here. Look at these other hourly candles that came up, could not break this 5100, came back down. When they came up with more volume again, attempted to break here, they failed. Then they came down again, higher low. They came up with a nice big bullish engulfing candle. It pulled back in and continued. Then there's the impulse, break, explosion. I can see that first 3 hour shallow pullback did not come into 50%, and then it just started going back up, holding, going up to the historic levels. And look at where we're all, guys, these are patient buyers right here. This candle that exploded, the opening balance, this is why I tell you guys, figure out your important candles, your structural candles, your big fat volume-based candles. These are the candles that you need to learn how to analyze. Who gives a shit about this one? Who cares about these ones? This is the one you need to analyze, okay? See this big black one that just fell down today? Who gives a shit about this one, this one, this one? This is the one we gotta, excuse me, I'm losing my voice, that we gotta analyze. It's these ones, right? And you can trade off of it. I showed you when I started the call how the 5 minutes looked when I just placed the Fibonacci and the point of control off of that bar, and it came right naturally right into 50%, pulled back, and now it's moving up through it, okay? But what I'm trying to say, long story short, is opening balance. It's a bullish ignited candle. If you kind of just acknowledge that and had a line and wrote something, look at now how the market just magically just came right into there, and these buyers that produced this move, you can see that they were there protecting their position. I need to know if this makes sense, guys. Please let me know. You let me know by a check mark, thumbs up, say, okay, Ron, I understand, or I don't get this. Because if you don't get this, I can tell how far behind you guys are on your education with backtesting. I honestly, I'm telling you guys this. This is what backtesting is. A lot of people think backtesting is just putting this replay button on and just fucking around with the candles. That is backtesting. Yeah, that's a definition of backtesting. But this is real backtesting. This is the way how I learned. Okay, do you guys understand what I mean? See this backtesting button? I think if you guys have the pro version of TradingView, you guys all have this. I can go back and I can go back and I can kind of go back on some candles and back test some shit, right? That's if you want to do that. How do I get rid of this now? Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm back testing. Okay. So that's how you guys can learn how to do this. Please, it just takes a couple minutes. Like, a lot of people saw this big, massive black candle, but did no analysis on it. Just saying, oh my God, what's going on in the markets? I've blown my account. What the hell do I do? Markets are rigged. No, they're not. They're not rigged. Well, they're manipulated. But if you know, like, to base things off, like this one, let's do this live right now. Okay, live. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? This one already happened. So this is where someone says, oh, Ron, this shit's easy. This one already happened. We can see it now. Okay, I got you. Okay, so if that's where some guys say, Ron, this is too easy. You can see it. What about this candle? Okay, let's do it right now. I want you guys to do this on your charts, okay? And Keep it on your charts, and we will come and review this if the volume comes back into the zone. You see today's bearish ignited candle. This is a substantial candle. Look at, there's the opening balance. So these sellers that sold today, if they want to protect their position, you see how I have it at a line of support, white line, and the opening balance. Guess what I'm doing right now? Who wants to kind of finish off what I'm doing? Right there. Right there. You see that little box right there? The start of today, that hourly candle. Let me zoom in so you guys see. Guys, today might turn into a education live session. Okay, I think this is more important, but we'll get to the scalping. But look, okay, I want you guys to see how I learned how to do this. I was not taught how to do this, but I learned over 20 years, guys. I promise you, I've learned something in 20 years by studying this shit on a daily basis. Look here, and don't forget to remind me to tell you guys the story about last night. I got a funny story about. I'll explain it to you guys. But this candle right there, ignited and to support that volume right there, not the entire candle. I'm concerned just about this. Are they buyers or sellers? Obviously, they are sellers. Okay, I make it red to let me know that these are sellers. Now, gold is nowhere near this red zone. It's coming. So what I do is I stretch it into the future, right? At the white line, as it comes in there, I want to be alerted, okay? It's not trade blind. It's get an alert and watch and see what happens. Pattern recognition. Go to the time frame. Right click, add an alert. I'm adding an alert. So if it comes in here, like right now it's bouncing, coming back up. Maybe it comes in there. And what I'm trying to illustrate is if these sellers right now that sold that big massive move on gold today, if it comes in here, maybe they are protecting their position because they don't want it to break and go to a new all-time high. Then they are in drawdown. They might be, over leveraged, right? And this is not a retail trader. This is not me or you. This is probably a financial institution that has sold this move, right? And imagine if they get liquidated out of the market, okay? So they probably are protecting their position. If it comes in here, you may, high probability, see it go down. That could be like the double top, right? And it's not just at that's how you can be precise with looking for your entries. Just like this one. Now, where I showed you, where this one came down, where it sold down today, all the way down there. But look at where it sold down to. That little zone of that big bullish candle. And if you look back, that 1 hour right there, Tuesday at 3 p.m. Look at the timing. Look at the timing. Does anyone bother to ask anymore the times? This is power hour. Power hour is every single day, Monday to Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. It's the hour before Wall Street closes. Okay, right there, Tuesday, 3 p.m. Someone had to have known something to cause this type of volume to break hours and days of resistance. And when it closed, look at where, okay, that is the candle. And look at the run up now since then. Let's all look at this together because nobody does this but me. It came up, look, right there. Consolidated, bull flag, still off of that hourly volume, has not been contested. So that big bar continuing to hold and have that explosive move to get up to 5,600 right there. So we are retracing all the way back down to whoever started that move. Correct? Are you guys following me? Right there. There's the wick. Now follow me on this path. We're coming right back up. So we want to see now who started this massive bear sell right below the all-time high. So I know that that's a lower high. They're protecting the all-time high. If it comes in there, maybe we'll continue to push down, right? That's I'm predicting. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but when it gets up there, remember I have 3 options. I'm a 3 option trader. It can come right up to there and do this. Option A. It can come up there and spike impulsively, create a wick, spike some liquidity, get rejected and close below, and it's tapping that red zone, and now it's option B, continuing to sell off, but I know that there was liquidity grabbed, okay? And then the third final option is it breaks through here, just like option 2, but not a fake out. It actually closes with strong buying volume. So the buyers cut right through there. These sellers didn't have the opportunity to push it down. They tried, but failed, and it's too much buying pressure, closes above, and when it closes above, I look for a pullback because I want that zone to now change for pending buyers to step in here and to take it and break the new all-time high. You guys understand? Then that zone, it's the same zone, but I turn it green, right? To represent the closing bar and there. So I trade off of these levels. I have alerts at these levels. Do you understand? I've been trading like this for over 20 years. This style, strategy, whatever the fuck you want to call it, works with any security, works with any time frame. All it takes is you to put in the time, to put in the work to figure out which candle is the one that I analyze. Which are the important candles? I see too many traders are focused on this shit inside here, cutting that candle. And I understand that. I do that too. But that's if I'm scalping 1 minute candles, 5 minute. If I'm looking for major moves in the markets, like a swing positions or to get the overall direction of the move on a higher time frame, I look at the overall picture. Where these massive moves start, okay? Who starts these moves? Where's the pivot points? There's someone who protected today from gold from breaking down, and look at it, now we're getting a solid retracement, okay? So does that make sense, guys? I don't know if like maybe there's other educators live that can teach this. I don't know how they do it, but this is the way how I do it, okay? I kind of don't have any kind of script of what I go off of. If I see it, I explain it to you guys. And I love explaining this shit live while we're trading together, because this could be a 1 minute candle, right? Some of you guys say, Ron, I want to scalp. I want to learn how to do 1 minute. I say, okay, what if these were 1 minute candles? It's the same shit. What if these were all 1 minute candles, right? All these 1 minute candles came in here and couldn't break the resistance. They came down. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Next 5 minutes comes right back up, okay? You can see. Then there's one explosive a 1 minute candle that closes above. That's where you can start your analysis. Same shit. If I was a 1 minute trader, I draw my zone, my box, I stretch it in the future. If the 1 minute candles ever pull back in there, I'm trading off of there, okay? And I'm not saying you're going to become a millionaire overnight. You're going to have 3 Lamborghinis in your garage. I'm telling you, you're going to be looking for better, higher probable setups. Trading is all about probabilities. It's mathematics. When you understand math and probabilities and pattern recognition, you are well on your way to be a consistent, solid trader. That's it. There's no secrets. But all it takes, it requires, listen to me, because some of you guys are in the YouTube said, Ron, I fucked up. I blew up my account. I'm talking to you guys. I'm not talking to the guys that understand the shit. I'm talking to you guys. You got to trade with discipline. Okay? I can tell. If you blew up your account today, I'm telling, okay, straight up, call me an asshole. I don't care. Ron's an asshole. If you blew up your account today, you are trading with absolutely no risk management. I haven't blown up an account in 20 years, let alone think about blowing up an account. I trade with 1% of my entire account per day. If I lose that 1%, I still have 99% of my capital still in my account to help me recover that 1%. Like losing 50% of your entire account, or 100% is just, I don't even know how to help you guys. I don't know how, okay? And you gotta also learn, not just risk management, you gotta learn patience and discipline. Gold took forever to sell off. But if you watched it come in the hour, come back up, reject, came up, double top, like look at the hourly structure, okay? Came in there, back down, came in, lower high, kind of almost like an FU candle. They spiked that hourly and then just set up, and there's the massive drop, okay? And now it's bouncing back up right now to approximately 50%. I still haven't even dissected this candle yet, this 1 hour one, okay? So I was talking about this zone, okay? Make it red, right? Hopefully everyone is getting this. Because I want to do it live, because if I do this with pre-recorded webinars, you know, nobody watches that, okay? I'll tell you the truth. We've got thousands upon hours on our website of explaining this stuff, but nobody watches them. Let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody watches them. Everyone wants to learn how to trade, but nobody wants to learn how to trade. Okay? Do you know what I mean by that? I know it sounds stupid, but everyone wants to learn how to trade, but no one wants to put in the time to learn how to trade. They want some magical strategy to happen overnight. No, it doesn't work like that, guys. Dave and I and all of SST staff here, we put in time, blood, sweat, and tears in learning this shit. So it takes time, guys. But, okay, so is this a good candle to analyze? Yes or no? Is this a good, solid, volume-based candle to at least add to figure out a point of control? Yes or no? I'm going to say yes, okay? If you say no, then you got to continue doing what you do. But I believe that this is a massive volume-based candle. It's a structural candle that engulfed pretty much everything to the left. Like when I'm talking about a structural candle, one candle, just look at how much kind of it engulfed. Count everything behind. Let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, and this one. So about 40 candles. One candle liquidated 40 bars. This can be on any time frame. This is on the hourly. So 40 hours of trading was wiped out in 1 hour. Okay, it's bouncing back up. It's recovering, but this could have been 40 1-minute candles. And, you know, I've seen it before, like 40-minute candles, and then a 1-minute newest candle wipes everything out. These could be 45-minute candles, 40 daily candles, and you got one wipeout candle, okay? I can't imagine how many retail traders got wiped out today. So now what we got to do is analyze this candle, okay? So what I do is I want to figure out the point of control of this candle. Opening balance, which is a bearish ignited candle, that's describing something to us. An ignited opening candle has certain characteristics. Please learn what those are and what they mean. Holy shit, I'm losing my voice, guys. I think I'm losing my voice because I'm screaming at us to learn discipline, to learn patience. Oh man, I can't do this. I gotta be more calm on these calls, guys. I'm sorry. I just get enraged with traders that are blowing up accounts. It's 2026 and you're still blowing up accounts. With how much education is out there by experienced traders on YouTube, teaching on a daily basis live, and we're still blowing up accounts. Stop this. Stop this. Break out the wooden spoon. Justin, man, I'm gonna go, you know where I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go to my mom's house. If I get my mom's wooden spoon, oh shit. Like, that's a serious wooden spoon. I've had it at the back of my head growing up, and I don't want to ever experience my mom's wooden spoon. My mom, when she learned that I was over leveraging and blowing up my accounts, my mom beat my ass with that wooden spoon, and I learned my lesson. So I don't want to have to pull out, Unc doesn't want to have to pull out that wooden spoon, guys. Don't make me do it, okay? So let's learn this. Now, I see how I placed the Fibonacci, okay? So remember how I added those additional ratios? If I don't need them for this particular, what I'm doing, I don't need the 0. I just plot it from where a bearish candle opens and where it closes. I plot it where a bullish candle opens and closes. Okay, I don't need the 236. I need the 382. I need the 0.5. I need the 618. I don't need 786. I don't need 1.618. And I don't need the 1. Okay, so you can see there's 0.5 of that big hourly candle. Hourly white line. That's what I do. Whatever color you use, God bless. I use a white line, okay? And look at where 4 minutes, let's wait, 4 minutes and 20 seconds, that's when we all smoke a joint right there. That is, look at, the volume came up. Where did it come up to? Look at the 3.8, my point of control. Look at the point of control. There's the 382, 618. You guys understand this? Get to know how to do this. This is not difficult, guys. My daughter is 9 years old. She's doing this. My son is 14. He's doing this. If you're older than them and you still don't understand how to do this, I suggest we learn how to do this. Okay? This is not complicated. Honestly, it's not. If we're not learning how to do this, we're overcomplicating this, okay? And I don't want to go any further if you guys don't understand this. Maybe it's your first day here. I understand that. It could be someone's first day subscribing to the channel. But if you've been here with us, we've been on YouTube April 2020. So in this April will be 6 years. We've been doing this for 6 years, every day, myself and Dave. If you're still unsure about this, then I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure you understand this, okay? Because this can literally change your life. Believe me or not, okay? This can literally change your life. And what is this strategy called? It's called identifying the point of control. That's what it's called, okay? If you guys want fancy names, it's identifying the point of control. That's what it's called, okay? I just made that up right now. So that's what it's called, okay? So this is the identify the point of control strategy. Let's write that down. So if anyone visits us on the call, they know what strategy we're using. Let's see if I can spell today. Identify the point of control strategy. I know everyone loves this fancy word strategy. Okay? Look at that, guys. Look at our new strategy that we just learned today. Right here. Look at this. Okay. So we got a strategy. Let's stretch it into the future, our new strategy. Okay. And what is this? You see this yellow line right here? That was, remember when we started the call where I cut the daily volume in half? That's 50% of today's daily bearish volume. You see, we tapped, basically we came into it. And what did I say? It's probably going to get rejected there. Rewind the call and go back to the beginning of the call. And look at it. It's getting rejected there. Okay. Ron stretches strategy into the future. I did, guys. I did. Honestly, there's some securities on my charts that I have. Like I have US 30. It's stretched out into 2050. So I'm ready, guys. I'm ready for 2030. I'm ready for 2040. I'm ready for 2050. That's it. Just stretch it into the future. Remember, volume is the only thing that's variable. Zones are static. Points of interest are static. Points of control are static. I just want to see who controls this area, right? It's just like a sports game. Who's controlling right now? So this is a black team and this is the blue team. The black team is still controlling the score right now, right? If you look at it like a Super Bowl. This is the New England Patriots, and this is Seattle, okay? Next week, guys, next Sunday is Super Bowl. Get ready. And the blown up accounts are the Dallas Cowboys, okay? The blown up accounts are the Dallas Cowboys, okay? So if we have any sports fans out there, I like to tie sports in with trading, okay? Maybe that went over your head. You guys don't understand it. But this is New England Patriots. This is Seattle. And the blown accounts who never made the playoffs are the Dallas Cowboys, okay? And I'm a Cowboys fan. You probably see behind me, there's an Emmitt Smith jersey signed back there. That's the Texas Twister, Emmitt Smith. I got love for my Tony Romo, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Michael Irving. Those are the boys right there. But I'm still very real. Dallas is disappointing right now. Okay, so the hourly candle, as I'm talking, just closed. Look at where it closed. It had a big hourly opening balance, okay? So let's dissect here on the hourly. White lines, I trade off of these lines. You know, point of interest. Did this 11 a.m. candle, it came up there in the red point of control. They rejected it back out, suggesting there's sellers there. In fact, they're there. There's the wick proving that. And then there's the close. So look at how we opened right now when we started the call, noon. When Ron came on, gold was bullish. Maybe that's a sign right there. Look at that. It opened. Did we get a pullback into 50%. I'm marking these bodies because 50% pullback is massive when we're talking pips. I know they look like they're small body candles, but just use your measuring tape and start to measure these things, because your mind will start to say, holy shit. Like if this candle opened up to right now at 12 and it was black, it could have came down bearish, 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 and right into 50% of that bullish candle. Look at the number. That's a $40 move in gold. That's 400 pips. I'm only looking for 100 pips a day. There's now we're seeing 100 pip 1 minute candles. Like guys, I'm literally at thousands of pips for this month scalping. Like I don't like to say this stuff because people say, Ron, you're full of shit. But believe me, guys, when I say it's a scalper's paradise, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I think Justin in Discord, you got like 3,000 pips. I like scalping, guys. When you got the momentum and you got the flow of how things are moving, and there's moves like this candle right now, just opening right now, ignited. Okay, I can go to the 1 minute, just right when this candle kind of opened, or this pattern right here. Here it is, bullish, 1258. 1259. Look at short wick. There's the bullish ignited candle and pop the wick. Just that candle alone. You know when I say a candle has a job to do, break that wick and just get up to the next bodies right there. That's a 70 pip move right there. Just the whole candle is 100 pips in 1 minute. Look at the pullback. It was bearish. Even if you sold that pullback, that's like a 75 pip pullback. Then it got the wick where? Guys, did we not just talk about this? Like an ignited body right there, kind of, these guys started this. There's the wick right there. They started this move right here at 1 p.m. Someone started this, okay? You see when I always look to see that strong zone, like right there, you see where it came in, bearish, 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 bearish. It didn't tag in there. Higher low, that's like a shallow pullback. They're protecting it. They pushed it back up. The job is to flip the wick and fill. Here's where it closed right at the high. This is where they're sucking you in. It just closed and moved, and then look at how they're bearish engulfing it, bringing it right back down. So let's see if it will build some support at 1 p.m. Who these buyers just started this move, because now it's coming down. Or watch and see. Will it close below? Will it be a fake out? Option 1, 2, or 3? Let's watch this. Let's just analyze 1 minute right now, okay? I know I didn't even finish my hourly top down, but I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to literally see this. Was there not a wick produced right there above that? Okay, look at it. You're telling me, now what I do is I see a wick and a wick. I can now connect the dots with the green box right there and continue to stretch it into the future. But I have a white line here. So I know the white line represents hourly. So I can even increase my 1 minute zone right to the hourly. Now I found supporting zone. Okay, so now I know that if the sellers can close below here, I flip it red, we could be coming back down to test this 1 minute pivot right there, right? I can do this on any time frame, any security, any time of the day, any week, any session. It doesn't matter. This is price action skills, learning how to read this shit. Okay, so now, do we have 1 minute resistance? Yeah, that's right there. Are we in a flag? Bullish, bearish, bullish. Look at it. See how that candle opened and they didn't get it ready to break out of there? So now we're barcoding. Blue, black, blue. Watch. This thing could flip. And look at the impulse. Watch the impulse. How high will it go? Let's measure this. Let's do this shit for real now. Okay? So the next point of interest is right here. That 1 minute bar. If I look back right there, you see that's the only volume that was trading in between here and here. I measure that move. If I'm looking to take that, look at how it didn't even impulsively tweezer top highs right there. They're protecting it from breaking and filling that. If it fills, it's $10 move. That's 100 pips. Now it's coming down bearish. So now you've got your pattern recognition. Up, there's your neckline, second top, double top, M. Here's the M pattern coming down. It's got a job to do there. It just broke the wick. Here it's coming down. Now you're going to see option 1, 2, or 3, what Ron talks about, 7 seconds to go. See, I'm talking really fast because this shit is fast. Okay, sorry, I can't even do this right now. I want to move off of this. Okay, so it came right to the bottom of the zone, right where that ignited bar was. Whoever bought this move at 1 p.m. is still protecting it coming up. So it's going to naturally, if it fills this wick, it's going to break and wants to come down here. So if I'm scalping that move down, I got to control myself. Am I taking an impulse or am I going to wait for a body to close? This could be an impulse break, come all the way down to the next body to body. That's a 50 pip move just to fill from there to there. Right? But it could also, here it is. Here's the impulse. Okay. Is it going to close down there? I got 25 seconds. I always tell you guys, the last 30 seconds is the most important time of a candle, especially a 1 minute candle, especially a 5 minute candle, a 15-minute candle, hourly candle, a daily candle, a weekly candle, a monthly candle. Look, it's breaking down impulsively. Let's see where it will close. If it closes black below here, we flip our green zone red. You're getting a live, real analysis now, okay? I'm not trading because I'm analyzing right now. I want you guys to just focus on the analysis. Did it close below? Yes. How big is the wick? Pretty short. Ignited, pulling back up. It's pulling back up to maybe come into the red zone. We got to be quick. We got to make it red. See how it's trading in the red zone now? I should see a wick being produced here and pushed down. If not, you see how this big bullish ignited candle is coming through here. So there's the wick. Is the wick lower than the previous wick? Yes. Can we still hold up here? And I got to wait for this bar to close. Otherwise, if I'm trading this, I'm trading against the trend right now of this 1 minute trend. But someone will say, Ron, it's still uptrending. You're absolutely correct. But here it is coming back up. It held. Bullish ignited. You see, where I'm waiting for the retest to get rejected to come down and sell, it's not there. Now this is a massive bullish candle coming back up, and you can still see it's holding. So now we're recognizing a little bit more patterns. Was there a double bottom? It came down. There's the one bottom. There's the big neckline. You see how it didn't break there? Now it came down. Did it come down for the double bottom or take out liquidity? No. It's holding right there, higher low bottom. If it closes back above here, I flip that red zone back to green. And then this could be the impulse break because now they just swept the liquidity, came up strong bullish, that it could break up right up to there. And that would be the 100 pip move. You guys, it's fast. Go, go, go. But I've been doing this all my life for 24 hours a day. I like right here. This is an ignited bar short wick. I love scalping this right up to that red line. With today's volume, that's a 50 pip move. Like it's insane. Here's the impulse breaker. There it is. Why did it impulse? There it goes. Why? Why? There's an explanation. This is the explanation right there. They came down, they picked up the stronger buyers. These are bigger buyers. These are buyers that didn't want it to allow it to break down. And they're the ones now squeezing these sellers. These sellers that wanted to bring the market down, their stop losses are getting hunted. Just like these sellers wanted to break down here and hunt the buyer stops. But the buyers, the blue team, Seattle, is winning the third quarter now. So this is like a football game. New England dropped it. The New England fumbled right now, okay? The black team, New England Patriots, fumbled, and Seattle Seahawks are bringing it right back up. I can explain this in a football game. I can explain this in any type of terminology you want to hear or see, okay? And that came right into half of these red lines, okay? So now the red line that was previous resistance with that blue candle that closed above turns momentarily into support. We should see a wick being created here. Exactly at that red line or a little bit above, a little bit below. A point of control of that big bullish candle. Why? That's a structural candle. Ron is cooking, guys. Listen. When Ron goes freestyle, you guys got to listen. Okay? Pay attention. Okay? Because you guys can trade off of my analysis. I'm telling you guys. Like, you got to pay attention and you're learning and you can be trading. I don't have to take a live trade with you. I can break it down like as if I am. But I can go faster like this. Faster. Look. Did it get a wick in the point of control box? See how I just freestyled that point of control zone? You don't need to do that. If you're an hourly trader, you got all day. You don't got to guess on the 1 minutes. That's an ignited bar that closed above, short wick. There it is. Look at the red line. Look at the red line. The previous wicks are 50%, guys. Do you want me to zoom in so you guys can see this shit? Look, Frank, bro, Justin, look at this shit. Look, okay? The red line. Equal tweezer top highs brought the market down. Bullish ignited candle came up, closed right there. Look, and then they just spiked it. It came down, held. Look, came up. Now the buyers tried again. That was blue. Did not do their job. They did not advance above that candle. This is how you got to learn how to do this shit, guys. I love doing 1 minute analysis. Some of you guys turned me off of this. Because this is how we started SST, was trading 1 minute candles. But some of you guys over leverage, and then a 1 minute candle that doesn't move like this, you guys are over leveraged and you blow up your accounts. How the fuck do you want me to do this when you guys are trading that stupid like that? Okay, that's why I got turned off, and then we went to 5 minutes to slow it down a little bit. But this is my bread and butter. This is the shit I do. Look at it. It broke. Did it close below? No. Came in higher low. Coming back up. This could be a bull flag ready to break out of here. Is this green zone still greening? Yes, it is. Look, are we flagging? Yes, we're flagging. You're learning flags, liquidity grabs, patterns. There's our bull flag. It's consolidating. What does a bull flag have a high probability to do? Is to break up to the upside. It failed, came up again. Lower high, lower high, lower high. The black team is there. New England Patriots are still there. They're holding it down. That was 4th and 1 for Seattle, going for the touchdown. 4th and 1, and they failed. Okay? Football terms. That was a 4th and 1, and they fucked up. And look at those buyers. They fumbled on a 4th and 1. They couldn't get the touchdown. Now, look at the other team. They gained the momentum. We're coming back down to this zone. It's not red over here. Look at Ron is slacking. This should be a green zone right here. Okay? So you see, guys, like now, but is there something going on? Is there a trend? Are we consolidating? Came up. Whoops, not that. Came up. Where is my path? Came up, down. Okay, right there. You see, it advanced out, coming back down. Will it break here? Go do this. Or like, see, zone to zone trading now. So I've broken down your zones for you, basically. Okay. So we've got our zones. All we got to do is measure. I like to measure from this zone right here. That's another, look at these zones. They're 100 pip zones. This is ridiculous. Okay. If you just get a little, if you're just in this candle just for a little, but spreads, guys, like understand. Now let me take it to the next level. Because if you're scalping these, right, you got to factor in spreads if you're trading with a broker. Okay. I know that today earlier, my fusion, normally I trade gold, it's half a pip. Today was trading like at 3 pips. I knew something was very unusual. Right now, my gold spread is 2 pips. I know that it's a high spread right now. So also when you get, if you take a buy, by the time it relays to your broker on 1 minute, there could be some slippage. And then before they fill you, you got 2 pip spread. They might fill you with this at a shitty area, and you might be down like 5 points, you know, before you, when you get in the trade. So you got to factor that in. If you got slow brokers or slow fills, this type of trading is not for you. Okay. This has to, you got to have either no spreads, your broker, prop firm, whoever you use has to fill you quickly. This is where you got to kind of use a solid broker. Yeah. No drip. There was a lot of slippage today. I agree. So this is, you got to understand, this is the education. As a scalper or intraday trader on days like this, you can't screw around, because you might take a winning trade, but you're so far behind on getting filled in spreads that you're not really benefiting, right? So you got to understand this, guys. You got to have a broker that like kind of it moves hand in hand with this style of trading, okay? Because you might be taking winning trades. Like you entered, but then some of us are saying we're already taking out profit, and you're like, I'm still in drawdown. What the hell is this guy talking about? So that's not me. That's not the price action. That's your broker. That's where you gotta, you know, do some more due diligence and find out what are better brokers, prop firm, shit like that, right? That has nothing to do with price action. That's just you doing your due diligence. Okay. So did it come down? Did it respect this? Yes. Came back up, and look. Had enough to close. The buyers are continuing this wave, right? So look, it came back down, 50% holding, ready. This was kind of like the last FOMC trade we took yesterday on gold. I waited for it to close above. It came back, about to pull back. It was these spin top candles that were consolidating, and then Donald Trump farted, and then the market just broke right back out. So again, we're in a bull flag now again. So job of these candles are to continue to fill that 1 minute wick. This is what I do, guys, right? I'm not looking if I'm trading and I take a buy, I'm not looking for it to go back to the all-time high. I'm looking for it to fill from this line to that line. And when it does that, I do something. I either take my stop loss and I put it to break even. I take the full load of the position out. I'll take 80%. I'll do whatever I got to do, right? That's the difference between me. I'm not a swing. Like when I'm scalping, my mind is not on swing trading. When I'm scalping, I'm not thinking of investing. When I'm scalping, I'm not thinking, are we going to the all-time high or new all-time highs? I'm thinking, can we go from here to here? That's it. That's scalping, guys. You want to learn from an experienced scalper? I'm telling you guys, this is how you got to learn how to scalp the markets. Okay. If this is too fast for you, go to the 5 minutes. Same shit on the 5 minutes. They're candles. Are the 5 minutes making higher lows and higher highs? Yes. Are they closing above critical 5 minute candles? All of this stuff. Okay. You can do this on any time frame. Okay. So guys, where was I? Because I was on the 1 hour, right? Do you guys want me to stay with these 1 minutes? Do you guys even want me to finish the top down, or are you guys okay with what's going on here. We can follow these candles for a little bit more if you guys are learning. And then so are we in a channel right now? Yes, we're in a parallel channel. Okay, so what's our parallel channel? Connect the dots, whatever you want to connect there. Point A to point B. Don't get so critical on yourself if it's 100% perfect. Just do it to a point where you're happy with it, okay? That's the way how I do it. Is it perfect? No. If someone's going to critique me, say, Ron, you didn't do it here, you didn't do it. I don't give a fuck. I don't care whether I plot it here or there or there. I got the major move, okay? You see what I mean? Everything is enclosed in here. I plotted it right there, I'm good with it. I plotted it right there, I'm good with it. Whether someone wants to say, oh, Ron, you missed it by a millimeter, I don't give a shit, okay? It's good enough. I'm worried about making money, not like, I just want to know what is the overall channel. That's it. You know, I see some of you guys when I'm on the one-on-ones, you guys are too over critical. And I'm saying, well, why are you wasting your time on that? Like 1 hour you're wasting whether I should put it here or there. Just do it what's common sense, right? That looks like a perfect channel. Now, what is the overall bigger move on the 1 minutes? Let's look at the bigger pattern recognition. Here's the big move. All one move. Consider this all to be one move. One move up, big one move down, holding. There's the support that held from breaking all the way back down there, okay? And you see what a candle held it? That big 1 minute one at 12:15. This is where you learn, okay? So this is where I'm learning. Remember, we're live learning. Where did that wick get produced? Right there. Now we're coming back up like this, okay? Are we going to come back up to the double top and break out? There it is, 50% of today's daily, or are they going to still hold it down and we're going to come back up and it will be a double top. That's what we're going to watch. But right here, guys, we're live learning. So when a move stops and pivots, analyze this. A lot of you guys are sleeping and you guys are not doing this. Analyze that because you're teaching yourself as to what is going on. How do you analyze it? This one, okay? This wick right here. What time was it? I always look at the time, 12:56, Okay, so we're close to going into 1 p.m. That could be where it was creating the reversal at the hourly, right? And it did, there it is. Okay, so that wick, what I like to do is place a line at it, right there. If I look at the number, is it a psychological number? Because then if it's a real psychological number, right, then I'm like, okay. So I'm learning about psychological numbers now. That to me is not a real psychological number, 5,314.30. However, there's a big body candle that it just cut into. This one right here. Is this a significant candle? Yes, it's 12:15. 12:15 is a new 15-minute candle that opens up. And that was the one that explosively broke out of here, broke above that high, and closed. There's a structural candle that kind of reversed this move. Some of you guys call this ICT moves. I don't know what the hell you guys call it. I don't give a shit what you guys call it. What I'm calling it is, just look at it. What did it do? Did it get above that previous high? Yes, it did. Did it close above? Yes. That's a structural candle. That's one we should be cutting in half and figuring out a point of control and stretching into the future. Okay? This is how I learn how to do this stuff. You guys are getting a 20-year, whatever you want to call this shit, and I'm giving it to you guys in an hour. Okay? I spent my entire lifetime learning this. Okay? So now what I do is bring that red line, cut line, to when price gets too high, what do we got to do? We got to cut it. When price gets too low, we got to cut it. Okay? That's what we're doing. We're cutting the price in half. Point of control. The point of control is kind of like a buffer, not the exact halfway point, but there it is. Is it a green team or a red team? It's obviously got to be bullish because the candle's bullish. So that's the bullish point of control. If I was a pending buyer in the market, I'm waiting to get filled in that location. Stretched it into the future. Did it come down and fill into that location? The answer is either a yes or no. I can see it did not. Okay, so when it came down there, it just missed that point of control by a tiny bit. So what's that suggesting when they come in and they don't even allow it to get into the point of control? It's kind of suggesting that the market doesn't even need to come in here. Maybe they have enough and they don't want it to come in there. And then they just push it right back up. But that doesn't mean later today it's not going to come in there. If it does, I like to have a signal at that line and alert me if it does come in there. Alert, create it. Whenever it comes in there, I don't know if it's going to come in the next minute. I don't know if it's going to come in 1 hour from now, tomorrow, next week. next month. I don't know. But when it does, I know that there's pending orders still waiting in there. Do you guys understand this concept? Those are orders that never got liquidated, that got missed by just a tiny bit. They're still in there. They could be accumulating even more. And then when it comes in there, again, option 1, option 2, option 3, right? Okay. So I know the chart now gets busy and it looks messy like this, okay? But let's see what's going on here, okay? So let me just get rid of this pathway. So now I see these 1 minute candles are kind of consolidating in here. They've made a top. Look, now this is how you learn, guys. Please, please, please understand I'm teaching today, okay? So that ignited bearish candle, 1250, that came down. You see how it's still holding? Look at the black body above it. So if you want kind of a zone, the black body right there, that one is still holding the market down, okay? So even the 1 minutes, they make structure, okay? And look at this now. So that was the final move right there. Now, if you kind of want to see where it pushed down, lower low, lower high, lower low, it came back up, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and new higher high, stopped. There's your kind of 5-way Elliott wave pattern, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're coming down to the downside. And we close below. So it could be 1, pull back 2, go back down 3 to take out this position, 3, pull back 4, drive right into the zone, and back up, right? Let's see if this plays out. This is how I used to learn, guys. I would just see if shit would play out. I would watch. Okay, so that was a closing bar candle. Did it close below that zone? Yes. I got to flip that back to red. Sellers are in control. Clean up, tidy up my chart. I always tell my kids, when you're done playing with your Legos, clean them up, because when I'm scalping at night at 3 a.m. Eastern, when I'm getting up for London, when I'm half asleep, I don't want to be stepping on Legos. So this is what I tell the kids: tidy up, clean up your shit, keep just the big Legos, keep them clean. And you see the parallel, see the dotted line on the parallel channel? See how the dotted line is still the psychological support, line right there? Just see how psychology plays into trading as well. There's the bottom support. There's the top resistance. See the mid line, the dotted line? You see how they could not break above it? Now look at, okay? So as easy as it came up, if you were in buys, you did great. But if you don't do anything, the markets can come down. That's why I pip and dip. Whether I'm buying, I'm happy. If I'm selling, I'm happy. I'm getting my pips and I'm dipping out of these markets. It's nice to hold trades for duration and get the major moves, but not on days like today where one candle on 1 minute is 100 pips. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. It's a scalper's paradise. Now, when you look back and you look at solid setups, this one closed below. That could have been in 100, like 75, 50 to 100 pips. This one where it closed above, advanced out. Like, I could count all solid trades in here, and I could easily add up 500 pips. But you got to have discipline to trade this, okay? So now what happened? It came up bullish into 50% of the previous 1 minute candle, pushing it down, created a new low, closed, bear spin top, inside bar, opening ignited, continuing to push and move down. Now this job is to break these lows right here, where my dotted line is. It's right at it. Equal bottom lows, there's the break. Advancing it down. It's going to close in 35 seconds. Last 35 seconds, this is the liquidation candle. So these longs are now getting liquidated out of the market. They've probably blown up their accounts if they over leverage those buys. Look at it, and in the market, this is the capitulation. This is the Mortal Kombat finishing move. Did you see, guys? Holy, this was like a masterclass. I lost my voice entirely. I can't even talk right now. Does this help you guys learning? Because I love this shit. I live for this stuff. I love trading this. I love analyzing this. I love if you guys are learning from this. Did it close below that green zone? Yes. Do you go red? See how I trade very robotic, automatic. I kind of don't care about biases. What's going on how it's been trading. I follow what's going on inside here. Obviously, I'm concerned about the overall bias. That's why I conduct a top-down analysis and I have everything marked up. So you see why I marked that when we started the call, 50% of today's daily volume. You still see how it's still holding. So if we go back to the daily bar and we look, now you see that the sellers are still pushing down that volume. You know, when it was trading up here, and then I marked that, we were right up, and then look, it came and pushing down again. So the sellers still, even when I cut it in half, it was a tiny bit of volume in there, but I still had the point of control of that current volume. And you can still see they're protecting the opening balance. So they still have a long way to go, but our buyer's going to bring it right back up. So if we go back to the 1 minutes, we can watch our critical areas. Okay, you can see when you can zoom out, you can do whatever you like, or you can trade inside here. Okay. So now it came down all the way down. That's why sometimes when you get these fatality candles, it's okay to take some money out because sometimes they have this whipsaw coming right back up. Okay, so you see, did it come and take out that low? No, we still have a higher low. So it came back. Look at where it is. This is how you'll learn. Look at where the wick is. Body, body, body. Some traders ask me, Ron, why are you so concerned about the bodies, the wicks, this, that? It's because these particular explanations. See, when it came down, it was protected at the opening of that candle. 12:58 going into 1 p.m. Now you see how it's coming in? Blue, 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 blue in the red zone. Rejection. Blue, 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 blue. Lower high. Rejection. Now it opens bearish ignited and they're pushing down off of those two rejections. This is like basketball. If I'm driving on Shaquille O'Neal, he rejects me back down. I get off my ass and I try and dunk on Shaq again and he rejects me and then boom, he slams me down to the ground and I get posterized. And that's what it is. And you see now, you got the equal bottom lows. This job of this volume is to continue to break that low. Let's see if it will advance. If it gets equal bottom lows, it will possibly return back up, but I can cut this candle in half and still there's the break. Okay, so you see how you could have pending order sells sitting in that red zone. You don't even have to do anything. You can place a pending order in there, and when it goes down, that's a 100 pip like return. There it is. So you see, guys, that lower high right there. There it is. Now we were trading into here. Back into that point of control. So all of these patient pending orders that have been waiting since 12:15, it's 1:30 right now. Look at the time. The time is going into 1:30. We're going to have a 30-minute new higher time frame candle. Let's see if we have a reversal right here. Okay, so look, it came right in there. It activated pending orders and coming right back up. If you were sitting there with a pending order, you are in the money with absolutely zero drawdown, and that's a 100 pip candle. Holy fuck, what is going on in these markets right now? I used to trade like this years ago, and I was going crazy when 10 pips came in here. When it came in here, I had a pending order, and it moved up 10 pips. I was jumping up and down doing cartwheels. That's what I was doing, okay? And now I'm seeing 100 pip candles. I'm like, guys, this is... I don't know if you guys scalp markets, but for a scalper, this is, guys, if someone in Discord is going to become a millionaire in this month, like I'm being dead serious. Like this is ridiculous. Look at this shit, okay? Cut it in half. Oh, there it is. See the wick? It didn't even let me cut it in half. Guys, I gotta go outside and smoke a joint for real. This is too much. And did anyone have a pending order in that zone? Don't wait for me to do this. Guys, I can walk you guys through the markets. Subscribe to this channel, please. You want a leading indicator? SST is your leading indicator. Okay, unbelievable. On this call, just 19 people subscribed. See how hard Unc Ronnie has to work here to get your recognition, to get your respect, guys. But it's okay. It's okay. And then I see silly shit on YouTube and TikTok of fake traders and gurus spitting shit at you guys, and you guys are loving it. You guys are, I don't know. Sometimes you don't realize real, but you guys support fake shit. Guys, we're as real as it gets. There's no other explanation to that. I don't know what to say, right? But you got to do some analysis. That took work. You see, I'm sweating right now. That took work. Analyzing markets is not easy. That's why I'm telling you guys half-ass your analysis, you're going to half-ass your trading. I do more analysis than I actually do trading the markets. I'm studying, I told you guys, candle by candle by candle. Everything. I pay attention to critical detail, but how do I do it? Is because I've seen this shit over and over and over and over. Like, this is getting to the point where it's getting, I don't want to say this because then you guys are, it is easy, right? If you're patient and you're disciplined. Like, those buyers in there, look at, do you want me to count all these bars? How long they had to wait? We don't have to count the bars. We look at the hour, 12:15, 1:30. Hour and 15 minutes that these guys waited. They didn't FOMO buy here. They didn't FOMO buy there. They didn't FOMO buy there. They waited to get activated. They almost got activated on that wick. They missed. They continued. But what did Uncle Ronnie say? More pending orders were coming in here when it missed right there. And these patient buyers waited and they just hit their daily goal in 5 minutes. Right there. Guys, that's 300 pips. Okay? In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Like, do you guys understand this? These markets are like on steroids right now. Okay, look at this. Holy fuck. Like, and if you were a seller there and you got greedy and you want more and you want more and you want more, obviously we all want more when we're trading, but look at where you're trading into. You're trading into a zone. Even this big move that's coming back up. Like, you got to understand that you're driving into 50% of today's daily bearish volume. But look at the return. Look at the times now. A 128, 129, 130. That's a 30-minute return. That's why I always tell you guys, when I'm in a trade and we're going into 12:30 or a new hourly candle, I'm like, oh man, guys, I think there could be a momentum switch. There could be a reversal. I've learned all this by studying 1-minute candles. Look at this shit. So that big move that came down, now it's like a bottom there. Did I not point this? Guys, this arrow was here prior to the volume coming down. Rewind the call if you guys think I'm making this shit up. I don't put these arrows after the fact. I told you guys it would come down here, bounce right there, bounce, come down right into there and rocket right out. Now it traded right into that red zone right there. That bearish candle that I observed earlier. Look at where the return is. Right in that body, guys. Did it close above there? Yes. So that's a green zone. Bullish ignited. Oh, man. Wow. And then what you do when you're done, tidy up your charts, right? Did you see that? I didn't even get it. I said, watch it pull back. And then as soon as I said that, it got the wick and just exploded out of there. That's what I'm saying, guys. Sometimes I tell you, I don't have the luxury to pull out my Fibonacci tool and get cute and fancy with my figuring out exactly. You gotta go fast as a scalper. You can't, like, seconds mean hundreds of dollars, okay? But guys, wow. Okay, so what is the bigger move? Yes, we've got this cooking over here, but it came up one top. There was a bottom. It came up, could not break there. There it came down. Okay, bigger bottom, bigger green zone, point of control, and explosion back up. So can we break through here just to get up there? And then we're testing 50% of today's day. The buyers could flip this. Imagine it closing above there. Then we use then we're right back to the opening price. We're right back to 5,450, like as if nothing happened today. And gold just recovered everything. You know what I mean? So it could very well happen because gold skyrocketed to 5,600 without having any pullbacks. Now there's opportunities where buyers got filled today at 5,100. That's a $400 discount on gold. Like, think of investors. Don't think of retail traders. Think of institutions. That's massive to buy ounces, kilos of gold, tons. Okay, and are you surprised that I got rejected in there? That's why I trade very robotic, okay? I want you guys to learn this because when you come on these calls in the future, you got to know how we're talking, what we're doing. That's why I say, guys, I don't worry about what the woulda, shoulda, couldas, right? If I was in that buy, obviously I want it to go to the all-time high. but I respect these zones more than anything. And I close trades, I take trades, I move my stop losses to these levels, break evens. I do something at these levels. And I have my mindset that I've learned over 20 years. I don't give a shit. Even if I had this buy and I closed out right there and now it bounces and it goes up here, I don't care. Like, it doesn't faze me. It doesn't bother me. It used to, then I would start to revenge trade because I was mad. And now I trade from here to there, just from a zone to a zone or a line to a line. I'm an old school tape to tape trader. I've told you guys my style of trading. This is what I do. But if these were daily candles, same thing. This could have been a massive daily 2-week return, came into a monthly point of control, and then opening week brought it right back out. Okay, you got to understand, all candlesticks have the same characteristics. Okay, but we're learning fast here. So rejection, red zone, came back up, lower high. You could even do 50% of a wick. Sometimes I don't even talk about this. There's where it closed, the wick, cut the wick in half. Look at it. Technologia, right here. Like, this is where it closes to the wick, cut it in half. And you see when it came back up, the next advancement, buyers bought, right up to 50% there, drop. Came back up, lower high, close, came back up, lower high. It's like a downfall coming down, and they got right back down to this red line. Wasn't this red line important over here, which was resistance? Body closed above, turning to support. We closed below that green zone. Ron is going too slow on today's call. That's got to be a red zone. So it's fast, guys. It's fast. Believe me. Look at this shit. Okay. Look at how fast it is. Now you got a bullish ignited candle driving right through here. Because why now? It's now trending up now. Okay. It came up. Follow this move. This move that came up all the way up there. Pull back. Nice, healthy pullback. And now there's the rocket ready to possibly break out. And its job is to fill that wick. 1249. Okay. Ultimate move would be to get to the top of the red zone. The red zone is today's daily point of control. Okay. So if we continue to move out, remember, jobs have candles to do, right? We're not going to go any higher if we cannot break 1249's high. Okay. Well, did it even break this high? Okay. Look now. Okay. This is where you really got to start to zoom in. Remember that wick right there where it came in? That's why I have a lot of lines on my charts. Okay, that's why someone said to me, Ron, you got a shit ton of lines. I know I do. Okay, because I'm analyzing wicks, bodies, every single candle. Okay, so you see how it didn't break there? Closed, came down, red line acting as support. This job is doing its candle, filling the previous wick. Now it needs to, look, equal highs. Exactly, right at that red line. These are what we call tweezer top highs, equal highs. They did not allow it to advance out of there. Exactly right at 5,360, psychological number. Those are where those bigger pending orders are in the market. And now we've got an advancement coming down. But this zone we closed above, so this box is back to green. It's like a yo-yo game. Okay, so now you see it coming all the way back down. Will it catch a wick at the top of the green zone, come inside? Will it consolidate here? Will the sellers close it below here and push it down? Okay, so we've got a wick right where? Top of the green zone, point of control, coming back up. Candle's going to close in 5 seconds. Where is it closing? Bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Where's it going to close? It's going to close right there. See that little momentum where it spiked, where it came up? The candle, you got to be fast, okay? This is slow. FXCM is a slow broker. Sorry if you guys are using this, but I'm just being honest. I don't trade off of this. I trade off of fusion. That's why sometimes I tell you guys, my candles are moving faster. Sometimes when they're black, I have a blue candle, like it's faster. It's an A-book broker. So that's why sometimes I just do this for charting. I'm trading off my own mobile. But I verbally tell you guys, I'm buying, I'm selling, I'm going in here, I'm moving my stop loss. I can't trade off of shit brokers. I'm sorry, guys. I worry about slippage. It affects me when I'm scalping 1 minute candles. I need good fills. Fusion provides that.
Sharing your expertise with us.
Do you guys have any questions? Sorry, today went into an education class. Okay. Do you guys, the story last night. Can I guys just share you guys a story? Okay. Unc wants to share you guys a story. I was craving a chicken shawarma last night. And there's this new restaurant in my town, El Zain. They make the nice chicken shawarmas. They grill them proper. They're Iraqi. They're the best. Okay. So I was craving it. 11 p.m. I drive out there. I get there. I'm waiting behind a guy in a line. Guess what he's doing? He's on his phone, and I can see, like, I'm right behind him, and I hear order filled. Like, I see I'm right behind him. His whole screen was all red. I swear to God, it was all red. He had maybe, like, and he was scrolling up and down. He had at least 20 open positions, and all I saw was the MT5 red, like he was in drawdown. And I said to him, I guys, no word of a lie. I'm going to tape these live for you guys to listen. I was behind him and I said, you're selling gold. He goes, I go first. I said to him, are you you're a trader? He goes, yes. I go, you're in gold cells. He goes, how did you know? I go, I can see you've over leveraged. You got 20 open positions all in drawdown. And he goes to me, he goes to me, you're a technical trader? I said something like that. And then I go, why? I asked him, this is when we were kept driving high, and it kept going up. And I said, why are you selling in this? He goes, I went in a cell, and then every single little wick, he started adding a cell. The poor guy, every single trade was down 15, 20 bucks, add up 20 trades. And I said, do you mind if I buy your food for you? And he goes, I don't mind. I go, will you sit down with me for 30 minutes while we eat? And I'll explain to you, I'll teach you trading in 30 minutes. He goes, I've been trading for 10 years. There's no way you can teach me this in 30 minutes. I said, listen, let's get the shawarma and sit with Uncle Ronnie. So he sat with me. I told him the same shit, okay? I said, do you know what these big body candles are? Spin tops, you know? And he said, I don't really follow them. I just go with like a trend and things like that. I don't really pay attention to this stuff. I said, let's pay attention to this. I took his phone and I gave him $20. I said, if I lose this $20, it's yours, okay? And we waited. We were eating. I set up. There was a nice bullish candle. I figured out 50%. I said, let's cut it in half. We cut it in half. And while we're eating our shawarma, I said, we're going to wait for it to pull back in here. When it pulls back, we're going to see if there's a wick. I go, do you know what wicks are? He goes, I see them, but I don't really know what they are. I said, okay, no problem. So that's telling us there was a rejection there. So when it rejected off of there, if the next bar is blue, we're going to take the buy. He goes, you're going to take a buy. I'm in all cells. I go, but we got to go with the trend. Okay, we got to go with what's going on here. And we're just scalping. So I did a 0.2 with him. It was like, or 0.02 with his account, whatever. But it moved up into profit for 20 bucks and I closed it for him. And I showed to him, that's what we got to do. And then after that, I gave him my phone number. I said, if you want to learn how to trade, message me and I will teach you. We'll go out for shawarma all the time. But he said, why don't you do this and teach people live like this, how we're sitting down? And I've always wanted to do that all my life. I've always wanted to make a sit down, we have here like a trade school where they teach you other trades, but I want to sit down like a 9 to 5, like you come in, open door, come in. Screens everywhere, candlesticks going up and down. We're talking about oil. We're talking about gold. We're having a coffee. There's shawarma. There's this. There's that. Having a great time. Fellowship and learning. That gentleman learned more at 30 minutes with me than he ever did in 10 years. No one has ever taught him a candlestick. I swear to God, it was blowing my mind. I didn't understand. You've been staring at charts for 10 years and you never learned to figure out what these things were, and it just boggled my mind. But that is a true story. That's an uncle story. When unks go off, that's an uncle story. But he was over leveraged. I don't know if he's still alive. If he was still alive, I'm sure he got it back today if he was still in. But I think he was over leveraged, and I don't know, maybe he blew up that account. But hopefully, guys, I'll let you know if he messages me in the future. Maybe I can bring him on here and he can explain to you the story. He doesn't have broken English, wasn't number one for him. But I told him it's not about understanding the language, English or Arabic.
It's about understanding the language of price action. I explained to him with a wick, with a translator and a body of volume, and he understood what it was. And he couldn't believe how we just sat down and I got him in a profitable trade. But it was fun. It was fun. So if you guys ever get in that situation, help someone out, guys. But that's it for me, guys. I got to wrap it up. All this talk about shawarma, I got some leftovers. I got to go heat up and eat. But today was a education webinar on identifying the point of control strategy. And I hope you guys take something from this. I hope you guys got some value out of today's session. I know someone's going to say, Ron, we didn't trade. I'm telling you, this is more valuable than just trading. Guys, we're here every day. Myself, Dave, everyone, we're live trading. That's all we do is basically live trading. But once in a while, I'm telling you, I'm going to start an SST Academy. It's going to be an online academy, and hopefully in the future, me and Dave can open up a little shisha restaurant, sit down, espressos, and chill out and talk about stocks, securities, cryptos, metals. Everyone now is talking about gold and silver and things like that. Your neighbor is going to talk about it. Have conversations, guys. It's going to get more and more as the years go on. Okay, look at the volume that's coming into the markets. There could be a possible war going on. Like as I'm speaking, U.S. is moving into Iran. Overnight, there could be something happening. You know what I mean? And gold could, look at crude oil. Remember when we were doing swing positions? We were talking about crude oil a while back at $55 a barrel. Like, where's it trading now? Like when we go to the monthly, remember, here's the analysis, guys. Holy shit. It's still saved on my charts. Look, we were talking about this on the monthly, guys. Look, there's the trend line. Wick. I told you, there's a fuck you candle. There's a fuck you wick. It continued coming down. Look at now. I didn't go back to this with you guys. But see why it's important? There's a wick. Where? In that zone, off of this zone right here. Guys, this was from here from a while back. I'm just looking at it now. There's a wick, and then look at this month. January, start of the new year. Lots of shit happened. Venezuela. Look at it. Follow this monthly candle. It's going to close in 1 day and 3 hours. So we just came up from 55 bucks. We're up to 65. That's $10 a barrel. That's massive, guys. $10 a barrel. So look, we might get the first monthly candle to close above the trend. I'm sure that this is going to finish off with a bullish candle. When you guys want to trade oil, start your top down with this monthly candle that's going to close tomorrow. There's your open, possibly closing. Like if I was doing everything, I would cut it in half, find my point of control. In case there's a pullback, I could be buying oil around $60 a barrel, and to continue to take it out 65, we could be heading up to 70. If there's something going on in Iran and we have some war in there, supply and demand. Look at it, monthly double bottom with liquidity graph. One bottom, neckline, second bottom, there it is. I can recognize that pattern. This candle, this month has a job to do. What is its job? Oh my God, let me go, I want to erase all this. Okay, look at this. It's got a job to do to get above September's, look, equal highs. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. You can do this on monthly candles. Look, it came up right there. They pushed it down. Now it's coming all the way back up. Equal highs, and they're pushing down. So do we have a little bit more push to break through there? And if it does, just like a scalper, I look at right there, right? Those bodies. I measure, okay? Just like I showed you. What if that was this is a 1 minute candle? It's a monthly. It's a different M candle. We can go from 1 minute to 1 month. Measure that, okay? So you know when I'm measuring my 1 minutes, it's a 100 pip zone. This one is a $3 a barrel a move, like right there, $3. You guys know, convert $3 into oil, into pips. How much is it? 300, this, that, ticks, points, and you get your fill. If it breaks, got a job to do to get up to that wick. That's a big long distance wick. We got to have something, geopolitics or some big news in the market, like a catalyst. What if there's war in Iran? That could be the catalyst to fill that wick, and then we're trading at $80 a barrel. I wouldn't be surprised in February, in March, if crude continues to drive up, but it's counter trading, right? Because if you go long on oil, you still got to understand, yes, it's got a lot of work to do, but what about this? There was a move, it came down. It went back up. It came back down. It held. It went back up, lower highs. And then it came back down here. It held. One more time that month was strong. Then they really pinned it down. And then we came up strong again there, lower highs. They pinned it down. Now we're coming back up. So that's why it's so important if monthly volume can close above here, because maybe we pull back to here or here, and then that could give the volume it needs to fill that big wick behind and to get up there. But when it comes up there, it could just come up, and then let's say there is no war, all of this, it's settled, and then boom, crude oil sells back down, right? Just follow waves, in the markets, guys. I can do this with any security. How about tomorrow? What is tomorrow? Friday. You guys want to do this, okay? And it's for you guys on Zoom and you guys on YouTube. But for everyone on Zoom, you guys are going to have first preference. What we're going to do tomorrow, it's going to be our first Freestyle Friday session. And what we're going to do is you tell me a security, okay? And I will do your analysis for you. But if you step up, you have to have a mic and you got to talk to me, okay? Because we're going to have a conversation and learn, and everyone's going to listen. So number one, if you want to step up, okay, I need a volunteer. I don't care who it is. Whoever steps up tomorrow in the Zoom, you're on, okay? I'm going to unmute your mic and we're going to have a conversation, and everyone's going to listen in on our dirty little conversation. Zoom is going to listen and YouTube is going to listen, okay? We're not going to talk about personal private shit. Don't worry. We're going to talk about candlesticks. Okay. So number one, what I need out of you is your favorite security. I don't care what it is. You give me your security. Okay. Because I want to analyze with you. Okay. It doesn't have to be gold. It doesn't have to be US 30 because those are Ron's securities. It can be USD JPY. It can be Netflix. It can be a penny stock. It can be, I don't give a shit. It can be Fartcoin. I don't care. Okay. Whatever you guys tell me. And you're going to tell me what is your time frame that you trade on. Like if I was doing this, I would say, let's do gold. I'm a 1 minute trader. So then I would go down to one. But maybe you're not a 1 minute trader. Maybe you're a swing trader. Then we're going to learn how to talk about swing trading. Maybe you're a 15 minute trader, whatever. I'm going to need your time frame you trade on. You trade on, not me, you. Okay? We got this? Okay, you trade on. 3, we're going to do a top-down analysis together to make sure you understand how to do a top-down analysis, because analysis can lead to your success. If you fail to analyze, I'm sorry, you're going to fail as a trader. Top-down analysis is very important. Why do you think I spend 20 minutes on every single call to do a solid top-down, right? And we're going to talk about why this is important. Okay, so I'm going to need security. We're going to need a time frame, and what else we're going to need is your strategy, okay? I want to know your strategy. So if you're doing all these other ICT, you're going to teach Ankarani about your strategy. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to pick your brain a little bit. Maybe your strategy is similar to what we do. That's fine. I'm going to still pick your brain. And then you can ask questions and we're going to have an audience listen. Do we have a volunteer that wants to step up, or should we wait till tomorrow? We can have 1, and then maybe 2, then 3, depending. We'll have a 2-hour call. We're scheduled tomorrow at what time? What time do you guys want to start this? 11, we can go till like 1 or 2 tomorrow, okay? So we can start at 11. We can go for like 3 hours. How about like if we had 3 volunteers, 1 hour with each volunteer, or if there's just one person, you might have the entire session. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I want to do something different, but I want you guys to learn. It's the time to learn, guys. These markets can really, 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 listen to me, change your life for the better if you know what you're doing, okay? So this is what I'm going to need. Everyone, write this down. Security, time frame you trade on, top-down analysis, and your strategy, okay? And I'll buy you a shawarma. Shout outs to Al Zain. Oh, if you're ever in London, Ontario, check out Al Zain shawarma. Oh, they make it so proper. They put it in the juice after they take it off, and the wrap, they grill it properly. That's one thing. I'm a big foodie, but I go to shawarma places and they don't grill the wrap. If you guys eat shawarmas, you guys know what I'm talking about. I like that wrap to be crispy, crunchy, and it's got to be done proper. So those guys, they do it properly. Okay. So shout outs to everyone that joined today, guys. Hit the subscribe, like the channel, join our free Telegram. Guys, we have a boot camp coming up next week. Okay. So I'm going to be doing live trading with you guys in the AM, New York. And then Monday is my birthday, so we're going to still do some live trading, but we're going to start the boot camp Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. 4-day boot camp. It's going to be about 3 hours. We're going to learn each day. We're going to learn about the whole history of gold. And you also get not just the boot camp. The boot camp's on us. It's for free. Basically, you get a 3-month membership with everything. You get some indicators with us, the SST indicators. And we'd love for you guys to join the team because you can be part of the Discord community and grow with us, learn with us, get more educated, take your trading to the next level. But this is all lifetimers are included in on this, and anyone else can join. Click this link right over here. This is, if you want to join Dave in all of the AM sessions, join Big Dave and all the snipers, join the team, guys. And we also have free blogs on our website over here. Read our blogs. They're important, guys. You know, like the petrodollar, right? You read about this. It's important. This guy's TRX Gold. Did anyone follow this thing? You know, when we sent it out, man, this thing went up, I think 200%, no, 150%. You know, when we're talking about looking for some good swing positions, this was one of them. Okay, this thing went up. It was trading at 95 cents Canadian. Okay, this is it trades on the Toronto Stock Exchange. It's TRX Gold. We did this blog for you guys, okay? And it was trading at 95 cents. It went up earlier today, like in the after hours and pre-market trading, $2.60, okay? So $1 and $1 is 100%. That's $2. And 60 more cents, that's 150% return, right? If you got in on a penny stocks. Why? It's a junior gold miner. With gold going through the roof, someone's got to dig in the ground with a shovel or a bulldozer and pull out gold. You got to get those gold nuggets. Otherwise, how the hell is gold going up if there's no physical gold? So essentially, these are going to move up too. So I guys, I don't want to talk about my return on this, but holy shit. But we got to find other ones. We got to find, did anyone follow Eris Gold? Remember Eris Gold? It was trading at, let me go back to the blogs. Eris Gold, silver core mining. Does anyone read these? Do Dave and I waste our time with these things? Where is it? See how far back it was? We were well ahead of the big gold rush. We caught this shit right before it happened. I'll show you guys the dates and go back and look at the prices of gold and silver at these times. Where the hell is it? There's so many blogs in here, guys. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Maybe I skipped over it. Yeah, I think I did. Oh, no, look. August. Guys, this was August 8th, silver core, okay? There was one, El Dorado Gold. Let me tell you about El Dorado Gold, okay? Check this out. Put it on your watch list and look at these securities, okay? If you guys have never heard of El Dorado Gold, this is not a junior miner. These are your big boys over here. So, and there's a whole understanding of El Dorado Gold. Let's look at it. Let's go to the charts. Let's put these in. Okay, so we'll go to our watch list. Let's see here if we can find it. ELD. El Dorado Gold. Here she is. Okay. El Dorado Gold. Okay, in August, if we go back, so this is this month. Look at where we're trading at. Okay, so El Dorado Gold, $70 a share right now. This was the big explosion this month. There's December. There's November. There's a bull flag, October. There's September. There's August. August was $30 right here. This is kind of when we did the blog. $30. Was there a roof there? Was there some? Yeah, there's some shit going on. Look at the big dip. Okay, so if you follow, it was good. Like, guys, I don't want to analyze this with you guys, but I don't have time to do this. But you can see there was good support holding, massive pullback. Like, it had a double top. Look, it was trading at $100 in 2011. You know, double top coming down. We read these patterns. We know that. Look at where it held in there. Go backwards. Analyze, you know, that big strong zone. And we've been coming right through there. And look, it's trading now into this previous double top right over here. Okay, so where it came up here, that bounce back down, there was where it pushed down. Okay, so this area, it's $80, $75, struggling right in there. But that's a good return. You could have 2x'd your money. This is if you're looking for like an investment, right? This took multiple months to happen. There was another one we did, Eris Gold. Okay, so you can see that there's some of these securities that trade, and this was $5 a share. Okay, in 2020, no one was thinking about gold in 2020. It was COVID, all of that. But just look at what gold was doing. Gold was just consolidating. 2021, 2022, accumulation. Silver broke out of after a 15-year accumulation from $20 to $30 and broke out to above 100, 4x, 5x your money. And then we start to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. And then lots of news in the world and gold, physical gold, and miners move up. What about if we look at Eris Gold? Okay, so this was another blog that we did. Eris, A-R-I-S. Eris Mining Corporation, right here. Toronto Stock Exchange. I have it on here, I think. Okay, remember Eris. Holy. Okay, so this was massive stock splits. We haven't talked about what are stock splits, but here it is. Wow. Okay, so Eris Gold even went parabolic. Okay, we called it out also in August, right? Here's August. It was trading at, remember, $8, $9, $10, right in here. If you guys remember, right in there. Okay, so if you bring it down lower, we couldn't break. Look, 8.25. Resistance from here, from 2020. Solid dip, holding. You guys recognize your patterns. Okay, there was the pivot bottom, stretched into the future. And, okay, so it's a funny double bottom. There's a double bottom within a double bottom. I don't know if you guys don't see it. Smoke a joint. See right there, came up, back down, bottom. There's traditionally second leg has the bigger volume. There it is. Okay, so when Ron said there's a double bottom within a double bottom, what the hell is this guy talking about? Okay, that was the big double bottom, but do you see that there's another little smaller double bottom within a double bottom? Got a lot of bottoms this guy's talking about. Okay, and there it goes out of there. Okay, so now, did a closing volume close above? Yes. Look at the white line from there to there. Is that 50%? Is it at a psychological number? Ron always talks about 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, 8.25, online auction. Does this shit start to make sense? Gap down candle. What are gap down, gap up candles? Gap down to spike some liquidity, to manipulate it coming down there. Why? There's probably a specific reason why they do that. Learn about it. Look at that. Now, if I just do that closing bar, that was a structural candle, open, close. Look at the white line is essentially 50%. If I want a point of control, if Eris Gold ever comes back to $8, you better believe I'm probably going to back up the truck and buy lots. But you see, it hasn't really pulled back into there because it just skyrocketed right out of here. So you can see it had like a big fall down in when? 2014 and 15. What happened in 2014? That was with Russia and Ukraine and Crimea and things like that. Gold dropped at that time. War started in 2014. Okay, I don't know if some of you guys were trading at this time, but this was when Russia went into Ukraine, Crimea, all of this. I was trading this. We were trading all of this back then. So there's where gold went down. That's where the US dollar skyrocketed at that time. And look at, now it's recovered. The dollar has came down. War, and look at gold. Now there's demand for gold. Not so much demand for fiat currency right now. So you see how but that was, look, it took 12 years to get where we're at right now, okay? So this thing is still a counter, right? It's still going against massive selling pressure. But if I was analyzing this, I would analyze that wick, bodies, that big wick. That's a big, significant black candle. The month of June of 2013. I'm sure if you go back and look at news, there was something globally that happened at that time. That's where I would split that in half. Look at when I'm just splitting it in half. It looks to me like it wants to go to $50. Okay, there's the open, there's the close. If I just cut it in half, look at it, around $50, right? If I don't want to guess, let's not guess. Open, close, right there. bring it down right to 50%. What is it? $48.63. But if I get the big point of control, that's where the sellers controlled it. Look, when we came in bullish, 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 they spiked it down, and we haven't retested that point of control since 2014. 12 years later, let's stretch this shit into the future. Wow. Like, look, it was driving. It looks like it wants to come in there, but it's got to have a parabolic move to get in there. What if there's a pullback now? Okay. So, it's moving up. It still hasn't made like a neckline yet. I don't know where the top is because I'm on monthly. I got to wait for monthly candles to close. Is it going to consolidate? Flag? What's it going to do? Is it going to keep going up parabolic? Is it going to come up, pull back a little bit? Then it's going to go in there, like it's going to take its time. What is it going to do? I don't know. Right. But that's why I like to have points of interest, control points, alerts, right? You guys know what I do. Like, I wait for these things to come to me. If they take years, they take years. These are not necessarily just, I want to scalp this. Maybe this is holding. This is the stock market now. These are, you own shares of a company. But you could also, if you buy at the worst time, like what if you were a buyer buying up here? You got liquidated possibly, or you've been holding for 12 years of drawdown and now you're finally recovering. It happens. Believe me, I know this. There is traders that are holding securities for 10 years in their retirement accounts and somewhere in the red, and they've been in red and they haven't recovered yet. But that's the way how trading works. As long as you got the margin and you got the capital in there, you can continue to hold. Okay, so guys, the whole long story short is pay attention to our blogs. Look, we released this in July. Sorry, guys. Eldorado was in August. This Eris Gold was July 16. If I go to the price in July 16, let's go to the date, the exact date. July 16. Where is it? September? April? Okay, May. Here's June, July. What did I say? July 17? Okay, when do we do the blog? July 17. June, where's July? July 17, right there. $10. $10 exactly. Okay, so there's where it closed above, pulled back, breakout, gap up. Okay, you can see the stock market, like these securities like to gap up. Friday, weekend news, it closed right there. They gapped it up, bullish ignited, closed near the high. Look at here again. Look at these days. Thursday going into the weekend, they gapped it up. Friday, got that liquidity, and then slammed it back down. There's the close. So it looks like they were pushing the market down on a Friday, closed it. Then we opened, new week, gap down. You see here? So you're learning about gap fills. There was a blog we just did the other day. Here's the gap fills. What I just talked about right there. See, there's a gap in the market right there. There's a void that wasn't filled. Did you ever ask questions? Why the market did this? What's going on? Why did the bar close right here on a Friday? And why did we open there? Okay, because there's probably something that happened over the weekend regarding, this is gold, so maybe something to do with geopolitics. Okay, so it gapped down. Eventually, look, did it fill that gap? Yes, right here, August 25th. It came through there, filled the gap and closed above the gap. When that happens, the zone is now green, showing support. Okay, if it ever pulls back, maybe we buy a pullback. But look at what they did. Monday, close and gap up. So there's another gap that has not came down. So if it ever retraces back down to like $10, I guarantee you there's gonna be a shit ton of buyers waiting. I'm gonna place an alert right in that gap right there. $10.25. Look at what I'm doing, guys. $10.25. Alert. If I'm saying this live, okay? If this security, Eris Gold, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a nobody. I'm a guy that eats shawarma and smokes a lot of weed, and I'm your uncle. Okay, that's all I am here. I'm not licensed. Dave and I are not licensed. Let me do a disclaimer. We're not licensed. We're not financial advisors. We're just someone who creeps behind you guys when you're ordering shawarma and we see you're trading on your MT4 mobile, and we'll set you straight. That's who we are. We're real. We don't fuck around. Okay, so put that out there for YouTube. There's my disclaimer. Okay, so that's our disclaimer. We're nobodies here. We eat shawarma and we get high and we love price action. That's what we are. That's what I am. I'm licensed to teach about price action. Who has licensed me? I license myself. 20 years of experience. Here's my certificate. Guys, here. I'll show you guys. Here's my certificate. From Fraser Valley Weed Company, Strawberry Amnesia Sativa. Here's my certificate to be a price action trader right there. This keeps me focused. This keeps me disciplined. This gives me a good night's sleep when I'm only sleeping 3 hours because I'm staring at charts all day. Here's my certificate, okay? I'm not licensed. This is my certificate right there, okay? So Fraser, shout out Fraser Valley. If you guys can send me another ounce of Strawberry Amnesia, it would be appreciated. Okay, so 10 and a quarter, I'm setting an alert here. If it ever comes back down here, I'm not saying I'm just going to buy blindly, but I want to be with the herd that has missed the move, watching go from 10 and a quarter all the way, holy shit, all the way up to 30 bucks. So I've missed a massive move if I never read the blog that we released earlier. And now, if gold ever comes back down to 10 and a quarter, you better believe I'm going to be loaded up with shawarma, and I'm going to be loading up on thousands of shares of Eris Gold, and we're going to maybe bounce there. Option 1. However, option 2, what if they break it down and they grab some liquidity? Liquidity, come back up, close above. We're going again. We're going to buy some shawarma. We're going to buy some shares. Shares and shawarma, okay? That's what we're going to buy. When it comes in here, okay, this is called the shares and shawarma box. This is shares. This is a new strategy. Shares and shawarma. How do you spell shawarma? Any Arabs out there? How do you spell this? Is that how you spell it? There's an H in there somewhere. To my Arabic brothers, where's the H? Spell me shawarma. Is it H? S-H? No. Oh, that's the Arabic writing. Shawarma. Whoa, you guys are getting fancy now. Oh, shit. Okay, that's the proper way of spelling it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tango. Hold up. S-H-O-R... S-H-O-A-R. Whoa, this is like the Arabic way of saying it. Okay. Shares and shawarma. Okay, I'll spell it like the way you guys are spelling it. It doesn't matter. Okay, this is the shares and shawarma box. Okay, we're gonna eat. We're literally gonna eat in here. Okay, we're gonna eat pips and we're gonna eat shawarma. Now, what if it closes below? What if something happens in the world and Donald Trump, he stops farting and all of a sudden it comes back in there. We come into the shares and shawarma box, but it closes bearish down there. Then we might sell. So we might have to look at the option chain and look at puts. We might have to sell this company, unfortunately, okay? So that's what we got to look for. Or we wait for it to sell down and we're buying in at $8. We have another gap that hasn't been filled. Maybe I wait down there with some pending orders. It would be better discounted to buy at $8 than 10 and a quarter. Maybe I can do a feeler trade at 10 and a quarter, get my feet wet, and then start to add more if it gets down here. But I set an alert and I wait to see what's going to happen here, okay? So that's the shares and shawarma. And if you look at like percentage returns, guys, I know a lot of us talk about dollars and percentages. Like that's a 200% move, okay? 200%, 2xing your money, okay? So that is a fantastic move. Someone says, Ron, how much can I make? There it is. There's the mathematics. That's a possibility of how much you can make, okay? How much should you buy? And that all depends on your capital. But that's it, guys. I got to get out of here. It's 2:15, okay? So have a great day tomorrow, please, okay? So I need someone to step up. Please have a mic available so you can unmute it. Have a conversation with me. Let's have a Freestyle Friday tomorrow. Let's have some fun in the markets. And I hope you guys learned something on today's call. I hope you guys learned a lot about price action. This will be maybe a call we'll highlight. And we'll put this on the website so that if anyone ever wants to learn a little bit about price action, this is probably the call to get you guys to watch and learn about price action. And this is available for you guys on YouTube. It's on there. If you follow the 1 minute, okay? So, now if I haven't been trading, if I was doing something, I walk back, see what I come back to? I come back to analysis. I come back now to see it came back up. It couldn't break there. It couldn't break. And now we're dropping down. Now we're taking this out, okay? So you still see how the red zone is still holding. 50% of today's daily bearish volume was holding from the start of today's call. So you still see how sellers are still technically in control as of now, okay? But thank you guys. Have a great day. Please leave us a like if you learned something, you got value out of today's call. Subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 100,000 and we cannot do this without you guys. Share our channel with your friends that are in the community of trading. If you guys want to learn, we all learn together. Like I say, we win together, we lose together, we break even together, we break bread together. We have a good time. And was there buyers in this zone? Okay, so see now, guys, like, I could sit all day with you guys here, but I got kids, I got things to do. Look, it came in here, that was the first bounce. Now we came deeper into the point of control. Look, came in, closed, and back up. So 2 times now it's being tested and went a little deeper, okay? But it's still not producing high. It's still not getting above there. So maybe it's got to build. 5,500 possible? Maybe a possibility. Hey, with gold, there's a possibility for anything. It could go back up to all-time high, or it could drop back down to 5,000. Who knows? To 4,500. Okay, gold is crazy right now, but each candle is filled with volume. So please manage your risk. Trade with discipline. Let's stop blowing up accounts, please. Let's learn how to stop doing this. If you're continuing to do it, you got to learn how to stop doing this, okay? Because you're not going to last long when you're trading like that. Just risk a moderate risk. What is wrong with risking 0.5% of your account or 1% per day? You're still taking on risk, but I don't know maybe if it's prop firms that you guys are just blowing this shit up on because you guys don't really care about prop firms. But I'm telling you, someone that puts their own money, let's say $50,000. If I was to take $50,000 out of my pocket and put it in the market tomorrow, you think I'm going to risk that entire $50,000 on trading? Okay, unless I'm utterly stupid and I could blow it all in one day, and then what is going to happen? So I don't know how people are doing this. Still boggles my mind. Not just even in a day trading. You could lose your entire in a 1-minute candle, in a 5-minute candle. You got to understand. It's not going to get you far in trading. Remember, trading is a long-term process. Compounding, mathematics, compound growth. 0.5% per day. If you can do it, no problem. 0.5%. That's 2.5% per week. Let's try it and do it week over week. We can literally get a 10% return in a month. The S&P gives an average of 10% return over 12 months. We can do that in a month. How about we do it in a year? We get that return with a modest 0.5%. You've taken your account, you doubled it, 120%. Nothing wrong with that. Not everyone needs 1,000 and 10,000% returns. Slowly, guys, slowly. You watch your capital grow. You'll see that you can still grow it, and then you can take a larger sizing and really start to grow your account, guys. I want to see you guys trading for the next 20 years. I don't want to see you guys just trading like yesterday and I never see you guys again. We want to see you guys 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road doing this. But it takes a lot of hard work. But you see why it's important to have a signal in these zones. Okay, you have a signal, it went up, closed above, pulled back, could have bought this candle, stop loss below there. This is the first bounce out of there, okay? So like on this move, but altogether, it's the second bounce out of this green zone. There's the first bounce, there's the double top, came up, back down, double top, drop, okay? There's the neckline, came back down. Look at, now it's the double bottom right there, and we're getting a move out of here. But is it gonna continue to close above this resistance? It's got rejected and could come back down. So if it comes back down, maybe a possibility of an actual double bottom on this move to come back up. However, still selling. I respect sellers are pushing it down. If it closes below here, it could sell back down right there. Put an alert at that white line, 5,265. Okay, that line is there for a specific reason. When we started the call, noon. Right there, the 12 p.m. move. Okay, guys, I'm done. Because if not, I'm going to talk to you guys all day here. Have a great day. God bless. And we'll see you guys tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. If anything changes, I'll let you guys know. It will be 11 or noon, but let's try for 11. And let's have a Freestyle Friday session with you guys on Zoom. Unmuting your mic. I need a volunteer. I will be so disappointed. You will break my heart, guys, if there's no volunteer tomorrow. And that's how I'm going to go into my birthday on the weekend. Disappointed and with a broken heart. Don't do this to Uncle Ronnie. Have a volunteer step up, please. I need you guys to help me out on this. And we'll have some fun tomorrow. Otherwise, it's good. You guys, then I know that you guys are too shy to do this. But I know someone will step up. Okay? Have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. And eat your shawarma. Make sure when you go get your shawarma, you tell them to grill it. Crunchier the better. Have a good day.
Recording stopped.
Hey guys, good morning, welcome to the live session of Stocks Number Trading. My name is Dave, guys, my partner is Ron. Let's get down to business here, guys.
In on US 30, sell, okay? I'm jumping in. Guys, that's a 100 pip drop. Yes, we caught it. Hey, guys, 200 pips, please, secure.